Good morning and welcome back to another analysis on the charts. Now, it is now 7:40 AM, and before we get to our pre-analysis of the Tokyo market, I just want to go through the result of my analysis of the New York analysis I did last night to see, or last night if you're talking about Perth time, just to see how we went. Now, so we'll just go through the 1 hour charts only. I'll make it quick and easy before we go straight into Tokyo, okay? So, predictions last night for the Japanese pair with Aussie Yen went down as predicted. Got my bars a little bit wrong here, but either way, it did go down, so that was all good. With the GBPJPY, this one was a little bit different. I was predicting a 1 hour trend up, but obviously it went down, and it will probably keep trickling down, which will be my analysis for Tokyo. So that was incorrect there, but at least one thing I got right was the resistance. Once it hit the resistance or got near to it, it didn't go any further and it went all the way down. So that's a good indication that the structure was correct, the bars were correct, but the direction was wrong. Or one might say that the direction was correct, but once it hit the resistance, it changed direction. It went through a reversal. So that's what I should have looked out for there. I should have went for a trade there, but didn't get the opportunity for that. Now for this one, for the Australian dollar, Aussie dollar, the trend went into the... Yep, it did follow the 1 hour trend into the downtrend. There's a big pullback around 2 AM in the morning, but it continued dropping down. So this is what we're going to be seeing throughout the day, hopefully. And then just quickly, the NAS100, I predicted an uptrend. It definitely went through the support. So in this case, in this instance, right, as soon as we got through to, as soon as it was around 10 o'clock, we had this big engulfing candle here going through the support, that's where I would have changed my prediction. So, for example, if I went through had a trade through here, thinking they would be going uptrend, at 10 o'clock I would have changed it, given that this was a big engulfing candle, and I would have went through to the downtrend. Now, NAS is very impulsive, as we can see here, because if I went through after that engulfing candle, it would have shot straight up and I would have got stop lossed out, you know, however pips I would have got before coming back down. So this would have been a very, very choppy trade, which is why I didn't enter in any trades there. This pair definitely very choppy, especially during these times. It's hard there. And lastly, gold USD. Gold USD definitely went down as predicted and broke through. So if I made a trade there, that would have been beautiful. Which actually I did have a trade there. I don't know if it has here. Nope, not on this screen. But I'm just gonna quickly bring over my trade here. Oh no, it closed out. Huh. Wait, where has it gone? It's completely disappeared. Anyway. If I bring up the gold AUDUSD, you see that I had a trade right here and closed out there. So those were a couple of good pips right there. Easy wins. Very straightforward on the 30-minute chart. Very happy with that. So that is the post-analysis of the New York session. Now we'll move on to the Tokyo session. Okay, so this is the Tokyo session opening and pre-analysis. It is now 5:58. I just spent about 5 minutes doing all my, analysis, and this is what I've come up with. So the daily, we're still in an uptrend for the Aussie Yen. Even though we had two pullback on two days of dead down, these are just pullbacks. Now if we move on to the 4 hour, it does look like we're going to be in a 4 hour downtrend. Obviously, just because we've been in a 2-day downtrend, so the 4 hour will be a downtrend, and obviously the 1 hour will also be there too. And so from any indication here, in this downtrend, we should be entering soon. We are going to be hitting a support. Let's see back on the daily. Yeah, that support line is going to be very interesting. If the price hits that support line and it bounces off very clearly, then we should be looking at an uptrend from there. But from here on out, we wouldn't be taking any trades, not really. But it does look like that's the direction that it's heading down towards. It does look down like it's going to the south. So yeah, if I were to take any trades, it would definitely be shorts only, but only to this point. So I'm just quickly make a mental note of that. That Aussie pairs, Aussie yen pairs, AUDJPY will be shorts only. That's just for my notice. Actually, I'll know this later on anyway, so I don't need to do that. So yeah, now back to the daily, and we're looking at the GJ. I keep getting mixed up. I'm so sorry. So daily, we're on a downtrend still. We have 2 days of a pullback, so that means the 4 hour will be an uptrend, kind of like an uptrend. We're hitting kind of a resistance point here, maybe not. It is heading that way so far. Did I not adjust this? I thought I adjusted this already. No. Well, let's skip the 4 hour because I don't think I did that one properly. But yeah, definitely here we're looking at downtrend movements. Definitely a downtrend moving. I mean, I know the trend is up, but because the daily is a downtrend, you know, we're following these indications, especially because we have a early sign of a lower low. It's hard to say, but for GJ, I would go for very tricky, because that could easily turn around and become an uptrend. Very easily. We have to see we have to look at price action. If we have an engulfing candle that goes up, then I would take that long trade. Otherwise, my bets are on south, which is why I will leave this 1 hour trend direction prediction as it is. Either way, I wouldn't really trade it. It's a 50-50 actually, which is all bets anyway. So back onto the Aussie dollar. Aussie dollar, we are in an uptrend, even though we had a big pullback there yesterday, and that would have been obvious with the spinning top too. So we've been a 2-3 day of a downtrend, even though that's saying it was uptrend. 4 hour we ignored because I didn't do an analysis there, and on the 1 hour chart it's a downtrend, and that's exactly what I have in trade at the moment. I have a short in this, thinking that it will hit this level 3 reversal line, support line, and if it does hit that, what am I doing here? So I've got to aim to here. I don't think it will go up, not at this rate. It's definitely, there's a lot of pressure going down, especially with the news. I usually don't trade the news, but the news, Aussies are scared of inflation, so which will make the Aussie dollar go down. So really, this should not be here. Let's move this into a higher pip zone. I'll go mid direction because I'm trying to be safe. I moved it back up there because I went to sleep, but really I should have just left it there. And we'll see how that trade goes. Going for a 37 pip, and so it's a really 1-for-1 really, that trade there. Now let's look at the NAS100. Not being lucky with that lately. We definitely, as I said yesterday, we're in a big daily uptrend. On the 4 hour, didn't do a proper analysis there, but we're still in an uptrend. And on the 1 hour, we are facing a downtrend, but because the daily is so strong, that I'm guessing this is, I'm going to be going, this is all a pullback. So this is where the support line is. So I reckon if it pulls back, it'll pull down there and it'll bounce off there. If it does bounce off there, that's a good buy. But I won't be doing any trades within this area until it reaches that support line. Which I really should move this here, if we're being accurate. So these are my daily trading zones, where I trade off the support or resistance. And lastly, we've got gold. So let's go to the daily on the gold. We're still in a daily downtrend. I reckon this is just a pullback. Even though the line is blue, this is definitely a pullback. The daily trend is still predominantly a down, and especially because we're arching down now, which is good. I think I had some successful trades in there. I did say that, I don't know. So yep, 4 hour, definitely in the downtrend, very strong there. And even 1 hour, it's even stronger. So my 1 hour, the point of support will be there. So I'm not too sure. Not sure why my 4 hours is so strong. I have it all the way down there. That's a bit helpful, because that is, as I marked it, the lowest price of the year. But anyways, that's my analysis. If anything, I will definitely be going short here if my signals are right, and my signal will be the 30 hitting the 90 RSI, which is done right now. So all we're doing is waiting for another engulfing candle to go down, and then we'll go into a trade. But yeah, that's my analysis for today. So let's see if there's any other trades I can do right now. So yeah, this is currently in its signal. We're waiting for an engulfing down on the 30-minute, and when it passes this opening right here, so let's zoom in a little bit. We're trading 30-minute charts. When it passes the next candle, if it passes here, that is when we will enter the trade. But that's in the next one. So we've got 23 minutes still on the NAS. We don't really trade during the day. Yeah, we don't trade during the day. Not during Tokyo anyway. So Aussie dollar. Do we have any trade signals here? We're going down. It's getting close to the 90 RSI. So I should put an alarm there too. If it hits the 90 RSI, I'll wait for an engulfing candle down. If it does, that's when we enter another trade. Oh, we already have a trade. We don't need any more trades. So this is done. Well, I'm happy with where I am right there, even though could have got a nicer entry. But that's carry on from yesterday. Here, I would say same thing. This would be a nice entry right here. See here, this was the trigger candle, hit the 90 RSI. Next candle hit it straight away, went past the open, and that's where it tumbled down. So that would have been a nice open. That trigger happened at 6 o'clock. 6:30 would have been the entry. Oh, I missed that, didn't I? I missed that. That would have been a nice one. It would have been a really nice one. And then lastly, AUDJPY. No entries here. Nothing close to the RSI. But yeah. So that's my announcement for today. Good luck, and we'll see how we do in the New York Open. Or just before. Thanks for watching. Bye.